Welcome to our YouTube channel dedicated to exploring the latest insights and opportunities in the world of finance and investments, with a special focus on currency revaluation, gold and silver investments, cryptocurrency, and make money online opportunities, and more. If you're interested in staying up to date on the latest developments in currency revaluation, particularly the Iraqi Dinar and other currencies, best to subscribe to this channel. Please note that the content on this YouTube channel is for informational purposes only and should not be considered financial advice. We are not licensed financial advisors, and the opinions expressed on this channel are based on our own research and personal experience. We strongly recommend that you do your own research and consult with a licensed financial advisor. Also, just before we go any further, this channel has a weekly giveaway of 100 Dogecoin. To enter, all you have to do is be subscribed to this channel, like this video, and watch this video until the end, because if you don't, you will be automatically disqualified from the giveaway. We will be sharing the random hashtag keyword daily somewhere in the video, and then comment hashtag the keyword with no spaces in between in the comments section. Good luck. Now, let's proceed with the latest Iraqi Dinar news and intel today. Please take these pieces of information with a grain of salt, and please make sure to do your own due diligence. Now, over the past couple of days, we've seen some really intriguing updates come out. Signals about Iraq's progress with the World Trade Organization, hints about how prepared their systems already are for a new exchange rate, and even some chatter about how they may defend the dinar once it goes international. And let me tell you, when you start connecting these dots, it paints a very different picture than what the skeptics have been pushing. I'm not going to give away all the details here. We'll break those down update by update in just a moment. And remember, stick with me until the very end, because I'll be sharing my own final analysis and what I think this all really means for the timing of the RV/RI. So with that said, let's get into the updates. From Newshound Intel Guru Mountain Goat, the only sound way to stabilize the rate of the dinar against the dollar is to get off the sole peg of the dollar to the dinar. How can you expect to solve this issue when you are selling oil for dollars and still relying on massive payments for imports, mostly in dollars? Solution: get off the de facto peg to the dollar. It's time. Stop the demand for dollars. They must tackle the root of the issue and just get off the sole peg of the dinar to the dollar. From Intel Newshound Guru Mark Z via PDK. Article: An American warning. The federal bank is considering the decision to cut off the dollar from Iraq. Do you know what the revaluation of the dinar does? Cuts the dollar off. Lots of positive news out of Iraq. From Intel Guru. Yada. Reading the articles, I'm of the mind this could have been released this past Friday, but for the holiday weekend, the banks are wanting to start without stopping. Money is moving, and we will be jumping on with the train moving. Question: are we still in the window by the 2nd or 3rd? I can see it. From Intel Guru Frank 26. Conversations are being given to the Iraqi citizens from the CBI concerning the monetary reform. They're breaking it down step by step. Right now, it is teaching about the float in order to reach the real effective exchange rate, the value of your currency, as it gives you Iraqi citizens purchasing power first inside of your country and then via the float outside of your country. From Newshound Guru Militiaman. They talk about a managed float. One of the things about a managed float is they're going to be able to defend their currency. I've been saying this for years. It makes more sense for them to have a managed float because then the central bank can work in conjunction with other entities and intervene in the market. In other words, they can control inflation. They can buy in currency or sell currency to maintain a stable exchange rate. From Newshound Intel Guru FNU. Some gurus think the rate is in 12.2c. That is silly. There is no rate in 12.2c. Like I have explained, the rate will be in flux until the very moment it is loaded into the Forex matrix. The amendment 12.2c has nothing to do with the exchange rate. From Guru Nader. From the Mideast, it's not revalued. You know, when the dinar is international, everybody's saying now it's international. It's not yet on Forex. If he goes international, the first thing they will do will go on Forex. For now, it is on Forex, but it's not tradable. You cannot buy and sell. From Newshound Guru Sandy Ingram, some of us have been waiting over 15 years for the IQD to revalue. Some of us have faith, and other of us have hope. We put that faith and hope together, and we believe Iraq will pull through this. The revalue may not be $1 to 1 dinar in the beginning. It could be tens or 0.15 cents. But even if it's 10 cents and you have 1 million Iraqi dinar, do the math. Then investors can invest from all over the world. It can go to 20 cents. It can go up, up, and up. But first we have to get those 3 zeros off of there and get it into US cents. Then we can move it up to US dollars. From Intel Newshound Guru Mark Z via PDK. Article: Monetary Stability and Exchange Rate Liberalization. The goal is to achieve monetary stability under the conditions of monetary reforms. In other words, manage and free float the rate. With all these changes, they could put their currency in a basket and allow a managed float. This is exactly what Kuwait did in the early 1990s. That article had me pretty excited this morning. From Intel Guru, Frank 26. Everything will come together at the same time as one. It's not going to be, here's the lower notes, and a few days later, here's the new exchange rate. The salaries are in position to be paid with a new exchange rate. The system to pay is set, ready to go. This is good. Another thing that waits for the new exchange rate. From Newshound Guru Pimpy. Question: what if one or some of your bills turns out to be counterfeited? Then what happens? They'll go, this bill or these bills are no good. They've been counterfeited and they'll confiscate them from you. Obviously, because they don't want you running around with counterfeit bills. They're most likely going to ask you, where did you get these from, so they could try to go after the people who did it. Have your receipt. Make sure you know where you got your dinar just in case. The company you purchased from will rectify you. Before ending with few more updates, the hashtag keyword for the 100 Dogecoin giveaway is counterfeit. Comment down below which updates you like, think is valuable, or get you most excited. You can be the lucky winner if you like, subscribe, and watch the main content of this video. This will be for this coming Sunday's giveaway, and the winner will be announced in one of the Sunday's videos, so you do not want to miss it. From Newshound/Intel Guru Walking Stick, can Iraq be part of the WTO and have 1310 as their value? Yeah. You may say to yourself, they need a high value, they need a respectable value? No. To be a member of the WTO means the most important thing for the Iraqi dinar. What is so good about the Iraqi dinar being represented by the WTO, or what is so good about the WTO being represented by the dinar? To be a member of the WTO means there's no restrictions on their currency. Anyone and everyone can buy, sell, and trade with the Iraqi dinar. That's as free as the wind. Therefore, it's sovereign. Therefore, it's going to grow in value as the weeks, months, and even years go by. That's the whole purpose. From Newshound Guru Militiaman, article: The Ministry of Commerce announces the completion of 7 major files related to Iraq's accession to the World Trade Organization WTO. Iraq has the ability to get full accession. I think it's imminent. The WTO is, I think, waiting just like we are for Iraq to have a real effective exchange rate. And finally, the last update is from Intel Guru Frank 26. About 20 years ago, NASA did a satellite ground survey and found Iraq is sitting on a large field of oil the size of Lake Michigan. The potential of your future is just sickening. Do you understand how big that is? Do you understand how deep that is? That's why 1310 is nothing more but a facade. Before I jump into my final analysis, let me remind you, if you haven't subscribed yet, now's the time. You don't want to miss what's coming, because the pace of these developments is accelerating. And when Iraq finally pulls the trigger on this RVRI, you don't want to be the one scrambling to play catch-up. All right, now that we've gone through today's Intel updates, here's my take. Mountain Goat really hit on the heart of the issue. Iraq's de facto peg to the US dollar. Oil revenues come in dollars, imports are settled in dollars, and the local economy leans heavily on dollars. That's why the dinar struggles for recognition. People trust the greenback more than their own currency. The solution he points to, moving off the sole peg and onto a basket of currencies, is exactly what Kuwait did, and it's exactly what the IMF has been recommending for Iraq. But this isn't a light switch, it's a staged roadmap. First control the parallel market, then launch the RVRI at or above $1, and then migrate into a managed basket so Iraq isn't chained to the dollar forever. Walking Stick adds another critical layer, WTO accession. Iraq has now completed 7 major technical files, which is no small feat after more than 2 decades of stalled progress. But here's the real takeaway. WTO membership requires the currency to be internationally tradable and unrestricted under IMF Article 8. That means Iraq can't limp in at 1310 with a non-convertible dinar. To join the WTO, they need a reinstated rate that works for trade on the world stage. This isn't about hoping the dinar appreciates over time. It's about Iraq being forced to flip the switch to launch a credible RVRI that allows the IQD to function as a real international currency. WTO doesn't automatically raise the rate, but it creates the conditions where the RVRI is unavoidable. Then we've got Claire's report on WTO progress, the Ministry of Commerce confirming those 7 major files are complete. That's huge, because it proves Iraq is aligning trade frameworks, customs systems, and regulatory structures with global standards. You don't put in that kind of work if you're planning to stay isolated. You do it because you're preparing your currency to go global. Frank 26's take also can't be ignored. He's saying Iraq's salaries and payment systems are already structured for the new exchange rate. That tells me they're not waiting to build the plumbing, it's already built. They're just waiting to flip the switch. That's a very different picture than the skeptics want you to believe. Militiaman highlights the managed float strategy, which lines up perfectly with IMF best practices. A managed float allows Iraq to defend its currency, stabilize inflation, and keep control as they transition onto the international stage. That's not guesswork, that's textbook central banking. And finally, Mark Z points us to an article discussing monetary stability and exchange rate liberalization, the idea that Iraq could shift toward a managed or free float, exactly like Kuwait did in the 1990s. That comparison isn't random. It's Iraq signaling the playbook they're preparing to follow. So when you connect all these dots, Mountain Goat's peg problem, Walking Stick and Claire's WTO progress, Frank 26's system already ready, Militiaman's managed float, and Mark Z's float comparisons, the picture becomes clear. Iraq isn't in a someday maybe phase. They've tightened their money supply, built reserves over $100 billion, nearly closed the IMF's parallel market gap, and completed WTO files that took decades. In my opinion, this is the final prep window. Soudani knows his political legacy is on the line, and nothing would define it more than pulling the trigger on monetary reform before his term ends. The fundamentals are aligned, the international framework is being locked in, and the system is ready. And that's my final take on today's updates. Moreover, we posted a breaking news the other day. Iraq just made a major move toward joining the World Trade Organization by completing comprehensive technical responses, an essential step that signals a shift toward full international integration. While this might seem like a routine headline, it's actually one of the strongest signs that Iraq could be preparing to move off the program rate and take the dinar global. In this video, I'll break down how this development ties directly into the RVRI process, how it connects with IMF Article 8 compliance, and why this moment could indicate the beginning of the end for the 1300 rate. If you've been watching for the clues and waiting for confirmation that Iraq is ready, this is the update you don't want to overlook. Most people will miss the significance until it's too late. Please go ahead and check it out by clicking on the link on the top right of this video, as you don't want to miss this. Lastly, we will continue to post videos about the recent events and articles supporting the changes taking place in Iraq, so you don't want to miss them. Also, don't forget, please drop a comment below with hashtag and the keyword, and let us know what you think. If you like this content and like to support this channel, please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell notification so you get notified when new videos are uploaded. See you on the next video. Bye.